Hello, y'all. Hello, hello. What is up? What is up? I am the one and only Dark Lord 100, aka Double K Double, for those of you who listen to me over on KD5P. And next to me is the man who runs the night shift around here, the one and only Rune Scryer. Dave, what's up, sir?
Hey, hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. Man,
Yeah.
now, you know, I'm a man that I do get caught up in the moment from time to time. But in the immortal words of Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, I want my motherfucking movie check. Uh, a while ago, a long time ago, after watching Cobra Kai, I believe it was season two, and discussing it with Alpha on the original Cheap Pop, um, I remember saying to him specifically, like the showrunners of Cobra Kai have already announced that Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan will not be appearing in Cobra Kai simply because they are not a part of the Miyagi verse, meaning they were not a character that interacted with Mr. Miyagi on screen. Okay? So I understood that and respected that, but I was like, it would be so easy to include Jackie Chan's character. Both of them are older men, Pat Morita and Jackie Chan. They came across each other somewhere in Japan. It doesn't have to be a meaningful Jackie Chan married Okada. It doesn't have to be any of that. Just that they happen to run across each other. And with the advent or with the release of the Karate Kid Legends trailer, it looks like that is the exact story that they're about to tell to intersect the next Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan with the Cobra Kai universe. So again, I close with the same thing that I opened my thesis with. I want my motherfucking movie check.
Well,
So
more than that, I mean,
yes,
I love how they get back to the Miyagi-Do emblem
yes,
and they go two branches, one tree.
tree, yes,
Because more than that, that signifies part of the history of martial arts and the relationship between kung fu and karate
yep,
because it was Buddhist missionaries from China who introduced kung fu to Okinawa and to Japan.
into Japan.
And then in Okinawa, they refined that into karate.
See, and yet actually I was explaining that to my daughter to her blank stare because she didn't really care. I was explaining to her after showing her the thing that
Um,
we were sitting there and I was explaining to her. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's funny because people have a tendency to think that kung fu, hapkido, aikido, jujitsu are all under the karate thing. When in reality, no, karate is its own branch
yep,
in the under the tree of
yep,
martial arts. Martial arts is actually the
yep.
overarching umbrella, and so and karate and kung fu are very similar in a lot of ways, and so that whole aspect of it really touched me. I have not studied karate, but I did study kung fu on multiple occasions, and I used to study kempo as well. But like
Yeah.
yeah, that really touched my heart because it was just like, yeah, you're right, two branches, one tree, and the fact that they're bringing them both together, and
One
now
tree.
exactly and now you have this launch into the next series of Karate Kid movies, with Ben Wong, is I think his name,
Hmm.
the guy that's playing the student,
Yeah.
the Daniel son to Jackie Chan's Mr. Miyagi, and
Yeah.
it's a great way to close out Danielson's story with Cobra Kai and then this, and a great way to kick off a
Hmm.
new story. And then I'll end. I'll let you
Yeah.
take over, and I'll end by to give your thoughts, and I'll end by saying this: um, I enjoy everything about Cobra Kai. I said this to somebody, that scene where Jackie Chan approaches Danielson. I have this weird feeling that may not be actually in the movie. That may show up in the last episode of Cobra Kai. Just saying, just a possibility.
See. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
We'll see.
we will see indeed.
So your thoughts, sir?
Um, my thoughts. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not as invested because I haven't watched Cobra Kai in there.
Yeah.
You know, I understand that it's a good redemption arc for Johnny,
Hmm.
um, and it's a good continuation of the story. It's just not a a series that I was invested in,
Yeah.
but that's because I just didn't have the time, and it was just down on my list to watch. It it didn't get me the nostalgia FOMO that a lot of other things have. Um,
Fair
so,
enough.
but I'll get around to it.
For sure.
And I
It's a
do,
series worth watching.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I mean, like I said, I did like the trailer for Karate Kid. It was good, you know. Um, it was a good link between the, you know, fine, but conceptually, what the fuck of the Jaden Smith Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the film.
No.
It's just, um, there was the internal, okay, but this isn't karate.
Yeah.
This is
This is
kung
kung
fu.
fu,
This
right?
is something, right. And which gets to its whole other issue,
Yeah.
with, um, Keith Carradine and all that. But
Well, I'll say Orlando Matthias, otherwise known as Jamil, like mutual
yeah,
friend of
yeah,
ours, like he said it best. They should have just called it the Kung Fu Kid, like not
yeah.
the Karate Kid, and like that would have solved all the issues.
Right.
Like you could still tell the same Daniel-san story, which is basically what they did. They retold the story of Karate Kid One. You can still tell
Mhm.
the same story. You just call it the Kung Fu Kid. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
Right. So we'll see. I think that there is. Um, I don't know how old Ben Wong is,
Mm.
but there is a problem with having your movie pivot and just be built on the performance of a child. That's the biggest problem that, say, like Phantom Menace had, was that Jake Lloyd, he did his best,
Yeah,
but
the kid did a
it
decent
just,
job. Yeah.
yeah, not every kid is Haley Joel Osment
Right.
or
Well,
Shirley Temple.
I want to
You
say
know,
the Wong is like early 20s, isn't he?
I don't know. I didn't see. I thought
Yeah, I haven't seen
it was
anything
like,
on him.
I've just seen like let me just look it up since I have IMDb open right
Yeah.
now. Um, and obviously the trailer made a great impact on me if I'm mistaking a 20-year-old man
For a kid.
for
Well,
yeah for
remember, how old was Ralph Macchio when he did the original Karate Kid?
oh that's
I want to say
another
like
thing.
he had to be 16,
Yeah,
17. Like he couldn't have been older
yeah.
than that because he looked like a little high
Let's
school kid.
Okay, so 1984 Karate Kid. Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio, born in 61.
So when Karate Kid came out in 84, he was 23. Wow.
Yep, yep,
And just playing a 17-year-old, huh?
yep. And no, no. Karate Kid Legends.
uh, we're looking
Oh
up the
yeah,
age of Ben Wong.
Ben Wong looks hella young. I'm
Yeah,
thinking I was still, but then again, that's still with him and Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio.
yeah. How old is he?
I haven't gotten to his entry yet.
Uh,
Ben Wang.
Bing Wang, sorry.
Yes. So he is.
Sorry, 49ers game, y'all. Y'all wondering what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at. No, I was talking to the audience. Y'all wondering what I'm
Yeah,
looking at.
they don't. Okay, IMDb is not listing his age or anything.
That must
So
mean he may be young,
yeah, well, we'll see. Um, so
24 years
the
old.
okay, 24.
He's
Okay,
24. He was
so
born in 2000.
okay, so about the same age as Ralph Macchio was.
Right. Okay. So we're
Yeah.
looking with the same dynamic, and I just
Yeah.
think. And here's what's funny is like I was discussing it with another friend of mine after seeing the trailer, and we were talking about how, to an extent, this series is gonna get better than the Karate Kid movies could have been. Because here's the thing about it: if you've ever watched a karate tournament versus like a bunch of kung fu dudes going at it like in a tournament, kung fu is the prettier art. And I mean, like, it's the flashier art. It has
It's
the more, yeah,
yeah.
it has the
It's
spinning heel kicks and like all of that
yeah.
stuff. Like,
It's soft versus hard style.
right,
Right.
you know,
And getting into another fantastic underrated martial arts film, the one with Jet Li,
yes,
where you have the good version is all about soft style, the circular motions,
yep,
whereas the evil version was the direct impact
yep,
style.
like pow pow pow. And I
Yep,
love Jet Li. He's a master in like three different arts, but
he
we can
is.
get into that later.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but yeah, so like yeah, so I'm expecting the fight scenes to be kind of upgraded from what we saw in Karate Kid in the sense of a little bit just based on what I've seen in Cobra Kai. I expect them to be a little bit more fast paced because even with doing karate in Cobra Kai, it's still a faster pace. It's more along the lines, and pardon me for saying this because it sounds like a pun, but it's more along the lines of the Cobra Kai style that you know
yes.
what I'm saying in the
Strike
original
fast, strike
movies.
hard, no mercy. Yep.
Right, but you lose the no mercy part because they've kind of blended it now. By the time we get to season six, they've kind of blended it so you get this quick. Basically, you get kung fu. You get this quick, hard style that where you're landing devastating blows or effective blows, but at the same time you're moving extremely quickly uh,
Yeah.
through the thing or through your moveset. But yeah, so it's just it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. And like I will say to people over and over and over again, Karate Kid is one of the most iconic karate movies that was ever put together outside of Double Dragon. For those of you who know, if you know, you know. Sorry, man. Double Dragon was dope. Uh, even Alyssa Milano had some decent fight scenes in that. uh,
Hmm.
well, say, but nah. Um, but yeah, so I like the shift from karate to kung fu. I like the fact that we are going to see this series continue on. I like the fact that they're bringing a close to Cobra Kai because I think, like I said, unless you are going to shift focus of the show to the kids, Johnny's story, Danielson's story has been told. It's
Yep.
done. Like we've heard all we needed to hear.
Yep.
So if you're not going to shift focus to the kids, it's time to end the run, and they're giving it a good send off. So, and like I said, that they already announced that season six of Cobra Kai was supposed to lead directly into the Karate Kid
Hmm.
Legends
Yeah.
movie. That's what ergo that last statement that I made about that scene from the trailer not being in the movie or being shown twice. But anyway, so we will jump from this to everybody's second favorite segment of the show, Pop Culture Corner, where we talk everything Marvel, DC, etc.
And oh
right here.
boy, do we have a lot to unpack for
Okay.
Pop Culture Corner today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're gonna start with just the trailer in itself, and that
Yep.
is James Gunn.
The
Go ahead.
Superman.
Yes, sir.
The trailer.
The trailer. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen it. So, Dave, I'll allow you. You're the guy with the
Man,
comic history knowledge. So I'll allow you to start us off.
I gotta tell you, um, the only complaint that I have, the only quibble that I have is Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner
Uh,
looking like Uncle Fester from Adam's Family Values when he's trying to be a normie for Debbie.
when he had the hair.
Yep. And I realize that that's kind of how Guy looks. It's a
uh,
traditional look. Um, it's been signed off on by Kevin McGuire, the artist for the Justice League International uh, run, where
uh,
Guy had the most impact. But yeah, it's
no,
kind of goofy. But just first of all, the sheer amount of heroes that are getting unleashed
Yeah.
in this reboot of the DCU. I mean, front and center, Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Love that
Yeah,
dude.
Eddie Gathegi, or
Yeah.
I hope I'm not butchering that name.
No.
Yeah, but and Hawk Girl, you know
Hawk
that.
girl. Oh, Hawk girl. I thought you said
Yeah,
hot girl. I'm like
no, no,
hot girl.
no, not
Hawk
that.
girl.
Hawk
Okay.
Hawk Girl, yeah, Kendra
Yeah.
Saunders,
Nice.
all in there. But more than that, just the sheer heroes. We've got Hawk Girl, we've got um, Mr. Terrific, we've got Guy Gardner,
Yeah.
we've got um, Metamorpho, Rex Morgan himself
Okay.
will be in it. Um, and
Be
they
right
didn't
back.
show her,
Uh.
but they did not show her, but we also have a casting for Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, and she's a blonde.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes, they actually did it right.
yep. So
And
we'll
it's
see. I think
probably
she's
not
going to show up
Melissa
at the
Benoist.
end. Yeah, no, it's not Melissa Bennett. But
Boo.
yeah,
I liked her Supergirl though. I
she
did.
was fantastic. But I'm willing to give this girl Miliad Alcock. She's an
Uh,
Australian actress. I'm willing to give her a shot on it. It'll be
okay.
fine. But
It's not the same girl from the whatchamacallit, from the Flash movie, is it?
no, no, it's not. No, that was Sarah Carellis, I think,
Okay.
something like that. But the Daily Planet staff is fleshed out. Um, Beck Bennett playing Steve Lombard,
Okay.
Daily Planet's sports reporter. Um, we've got Cat Grant being played by
Cat
Michaela
Grant.
Hoover. I
Nice.
I don't know who that actress is.
Mhm.
Wendell Pierce from Abbott Elementary, I believe,
Wendell Pierce and Suits.
and Suits. Yeah, The Wire, Selma,
Right. Oh God, he's been in tons
Horrible
of.
Bot. Yeah,
If you don't know who Wendell Pierce is, like check
yep.
him out. Like the
He
dude's
is
been in everything.
he is Perry White.
What? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's gonna work for me.
We
That's gonna
got
work for me.
we got Jimmy Olsen played by Skylar Gisondo.
Okay.
Uh, and of course, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane.
Nice.
Um, but we have Alan Tudyk in an unknown role at this point. Um,
Please
but
don't say he's Lex Luthor. Not I'm
no,
like
no,
I
it's
love Alan Tudyk, but no.
no, it's Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor.
Nice, nice.
And just watching, he's getting serious Hitman vibes in that clip
Yeah,
with the
nice.
bald head.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you can't have a Lex Luthor and not have him bald. Like you just can't.
yeah, I know, but just the structure of the face and
Yeah.
everything, the way he looks with that gun
He
up
looks
there.
like the
Yeah,
animated, like the anime.
yep. Um, Frank Grillo, uh, reprise or continuing his role as Rick Flag Senior,
Nice,
making the jump from voicing Rick Flag to playing for Rick Flag because he's Rick Flag Senior in Creature Commandos. So
nice.
we are getting into that. DC's doing what Marvel did, which is live action and animation. You're going to be doing the same character.
So that way, even when you're watching it in animated form, you're hearing the correct
Yep.
voice as far as your brain is
Yep.
concerned.
And another surprise. Well, not so much a surprise in that it's a James Gunn movie. So of course, Sean Gunn is going to pop up
Nice,
as Maxwell Lord.
nice, Lord. Uh,
Yep.
man, yeah, that
Now,
cast is all star. James Gunn's going all out.
yeah, the only concern that I have is that we have a credit for Jonathan Kent, but not for Martha Kent.
Really.
So we don't know what's going on there, whether Martha's alive or dead or what. But
Just
yeah,
off camera.
Yeah, Jonathan Kent being played by Pruitt Taylor Vince.
Never heard of the kid.
Yep, he was in Identity, Constantine,
Okay.
Um,
Oh, is he the kid in Constantine?
no, Angel Heart, Mississippi Burning. So he's kind of a journeyman.
Okay.
He played Father Hennessy in Constantine.
Father Hennessy.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Hey,
don't remember that role.
have you ever seen Identity? The
I've
um,
heard of it. No, I haven't seen it.
okay, yeah, it's the movie with John Cusack with
Okay.
the 10 strangers meeting up in the deserted motel
Okay.
and figuring out how they're all connected and why they're being bumped off one by one.
No, I
Um,
haven't seen that.
okay,
Definitely.
so there's a parallel story about a serial killer named Malcolm Rivers
Mm.
who is, um, being evaluated for execution,
Yeah.
and he played the serial killer back in 2003.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you've been
yeah,
around for a while then.
he has been around for a long time. Yeah.
So
So we'll see. But like I say, he's a journeyman actor. Looks like, um, and now this is also the top cast. I haven't gone through the full cast list, but we'll see
uh,
how it goes. Like I said, I'm all up for it. I'm good to see it, and the Reddit, the Snyderverse subreddit is somebody pissed in their Cheerios.
wow. Well, they
They
I'll say it like this: they weren't gonna that
they
trailer could
weren't
have
going
been the
to,
most
yeah,
perfect trailer ever, and they would have never liked it.
yeah. And there are some that are defending it, but they're definitely in the minority.
Yeah.
In there, I mean, when you lead off on how the trailer is literally quote shitting all over the legacy of Schuster and Siegel.
These gatekeepers kill me.
I
Like,
know it's like,
like,
yeah, and the fact that they're bitching about having crypto in there when Schuster and Siegel created crypto for Rao's sake.
oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
Crypto was a part of the
and
Superman. Did you have any issues when Crypto was in Titans? Because I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, and when and bitching about, oh, just those guitar riffs because James Gunn loves that type of music. Dude, did you not fucking recognize the music? Did you
Oh
not
my
recognize
goodness.
the theme?
My
The
mama,
theme.
my mama always taught me, stupid is as stupid does, and sometimes you
Exactly.
gotta let stupid be stupid.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean,
man,
I'm on IMDb, and they're rerunning the trailer on there, and it's just you know seeing that kid in the war zone hoisting up the Superman flag and praying for Superman to come save them, and he's going to come.
yeah.
We know that he's going to come in there. We're getting giant monsters in there, which was a staple of Silver Age Superman. Um, it's just there's a meme that was absolutely beautiful, and it's basically a two-panel meme from Avengers: Age of Ultron
Mm,
with Quicksilver seeing everything going on, and he's asking Captain America, "This is Superman?" And Captain America replies, "This is what Superman is supposed to be."
dang. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
moment where this is Shield, this is what Shield is
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Oh
And
man.
it's just, James Gunn, he's doing the right thing. He's setting up the foundation for the universe.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it's the way that it should be, and people are just picking on it re-
That's
relentlessly.
that's the IWC. You can call it the IWC, the internet community, whatever. I call it the
Yeah,
IWC because in regards to the world of wrestling. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, the internet community is just they thrive off of negativity about anything. Like I said, you can
exactly.
make a perfect. Hard to believe it. Like it wasn't a bunch of people. It wasn't the majority, but there were people on there that hated on Avengers Endgame. And I think
Yeah,
Avengers Endgame is one of the top five like comic book movies I've ever seen made. Well
yep,
written, well done. You know,
yep,
and yeah, like I watching people's like every fifth comment is somebody saying something. Oh, that movie was stupid. It's like
yep. And
just keep your opinion to yourself, man.
and
No,
I just watched Suicide James Gunn's Suicide Squad last night the other night, and it's like it didn't draw me in the way
yeah,
that a lot of people did. It
yeah,
did for a lot of people. There weren't a lot of character hooks
yeah.
in there, and again, it had the same problem that the first um, what was it? The first Suicide Squad
Squad,
film
yeah.
had, which is the only character that I had any amount of sympathy for, got completely killed. You
Oh,
know,
the Weasel dude, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, yes and no, but you know, I like Creature Commandos a lot better. There's a
Okay.
lot more for me to be invested in, but I'm not invested in the cold-blooded mercenary trying to be the good dad.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
really. Yeah.
it didn't work for Will Smith in the first one. It doesn't really work for Idris Elba in
In
the
the
second
second
one.
one, yeah.
Although they are very different in that way.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
forgot they both played the same character, huh?
yeah, same type of character
Yeah.
in there. Uh, Ratcatcher was okay. You know, um,
Sharkman or whatever
King Shark. King
King
Shark
Shark
was
was okay.
yeah, was comic relief, and props to Sylvester Stallone for putting himself out there like that. Um, but you know, there's just and you know, we really didn't need. What was the whole purpose of setting up a decoy team just to get slaughtered?
Yeah.
I mean, did we really need to have that scene just to prove that Amanda Waller was an amoral, evil bitch? When you
Yeah, like
just
we didn't.
when the first 5 minutes of the film, she literally blackmails Idris Elba's character into joining in the team just by saying that, well, you know, your it looks like your daughter's going to prison, and here's our
Damn.
rev. We have the highest mortality rate. I'm sorry to say. It's like enough said. Yes, you made your point. You
Yeah.
know that
Uh,
horse is not just dead; it is a skeleton. Stop beating on it.
uh, all I
Okay.
can say is this: is that my favorite scene was when old girl got smacked in the back of the head
Oh, I
with the golf
yeah,
club.
yeah. That was a highlight. But yeah. Um.
uh,
So yeah,
Go get your
it just
laundry.
it is
And
what
can you
it is
please
right
put
now.
mine in the dryer, please?
Creature
It's
Commandos
washed,
has
so
been
you're not touching
absolutely
anything nasty.
fantastic. Um. The amount, you know, just like episode 3 of
Mm.
previous week was basically GI Robot's origin and was beautiful and perfect.
Was amazingly
Um,
done.
episode 4 was Weasel's backstory, and oh my gosh, it's it is definitely a heart puller in there
I'll
when you
say it like
find out.
this: if it's anything along the lines of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which had me in tears about halfway through,
Oh
I'm here for it.
yeah, no, you don't hear how Weasel was created,
Uh,
but you find out how he got arrested and what he was charged for,
okay.
and why he was charged in the murder and convicted of the murder of 8 children
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
and the absolute misunderstandings that led to it.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
have to. I have to too. Like I said, I got the next few days. I got work. I work one more day, and then I'm off for
you
12.
got
So
yeah you gotta watch it, man.
I'll be binging.
Uh,
I'll be all caught up by next week. By next week's show.
yep, exactly. So that that's about all that there is.
Okay.
I haven't started it yet, but what if season 3 starts today?
Yeah. Me either.
Uh, yep,
That's
that's I'm binging season 2 that I didn't actually
which was
see,
pretty
and
good.
yeah, just to get up to season 3. I'm all excited to meet Kahori, which is the Native American girl,
Yeah, that's a great episode.
and even 30 minutes of Marvel 1602 is better than no Marvel 1602.
True.
Yep, and wine
I'll
get to
fix it
that.
later. I'm in
So,
the middle of doing something. Sorry.
child,
Well,
go away.
no, our Christmas tree fell
Oh,
over. So
oh no.
like, yeah. So she's like, Dad, but luckily it's only a 3-4 foot Christmas tree. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, no. Another thing, dang it, she distracted me and I lost it. That I wanted to bring up was you brought up Marvel. Oh, the for those of you who are watching Secret Level, the next like 6 or 8 episodes have already dropped on Prime, and they're there. I've managed to watch 2 or 3 of the. I think I'm up to episode 11. I watched the Mega Man episode. That was pretty dope. But I was explaining to RuneScrier offline that it's funny after watching these episodes. I've watched now 11 episodes of it. I don't know who most of these games are. Like when I'm watching it,
Yep.
like I always have to ask myself at the beginning of the episode, what game is this? But I walk away from it entranced at the end of 18 minutes, no matter what, with all of these stories as they've been being told. Like,
Yep.
it's an amazing, very well done group of shorts, basically,
Yeah.
based
Uh,
on
yeah.
based on different video game franchises.
Yeah. I've heard the description that I completely agree with is that it's an anthology of lit RPG short stories.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, one hundred
And
percent.
so I'm all in for that. Um, and I need to watch the rest of those in there. Um, and yeah, they are
Yeah,
very well done. They're very immersive. Um, it really gets you into wanting to know more about franchises that you may not know much about.
nope, for sure. All right, so I got one last announcement for Pop Culture Corner, real quick. And that is this: for anybody out there that was a fan of the Gabriel Maka and started out with Patrick J. Adams show on USA called Suits, they are releasing in, I believe it's early 2025. They've been advertising it on USA. Suits LA. It's going to be a new cast of characters. I know that much. Um, But the one thing that I saw on the casting list that I like is that Gabriel Mock will be returning as Harvey Spencer, Gina Torres. No, no, hold on. Sorry, no, I'm
Good.
just looking at the original. Sorry, I'm not looking at. I'm not sorry. I haven't gotten the Suits LA cast. Sorry. Let's see. No, let's go back. Suits. I just did the regular Suits cast. Okay, Stephen Amell,
Yep.
better known as Oliver Queen, will be leading it with Josh McDermott opposite him. Lex Scott Davis, never seen her before, but probably have seen her in a bunch of stuff that I don't remember. Uh, it will be one of the main cast, as well as Gabriel Mock will be returning as Harvey Spencer or Harvey Specter. Um, so that has me happy. Doesn't it doesn't seem that they have Troy Winbush as Kevin, doesn't give him a last name. Rochelle Goulding as Samantha, Alice Lee as Leia, Azita Ghanizada as Rosalind, and Victoria Justice as Dylan Pryor. So it looks like Mock is the only one returning to reprise his role in the new series.
And on the um, LinkedIn with Stephen ML,
Uh,
I might have something for when SmackDown Alley comes up.
okay, okay,
So
sounds good. Uh, for sure. I'll say that, yeah. All right, so we're going to go on ahead and take our commercial break. Like I said, that was the last announcement for Pop Culture Corner. And then we'll come back. We'll jump into SmackDown Alley and we'll see what Dave's got. I've got a few things for you as well.
yeah,
And thank you for watching. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get a third person here tonight. We'll see. We'll see. It's a big
yep.
maybe. But y'all have a great day. Enjoy the commercial block. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. And This has been the Cheap Pop Podcast on Twitch TV, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Peace.
You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that bama.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it.
Poetic beat.
First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the Switch or the Xbox and
Get up in my zone, I'm clowning.
let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business.
I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this.
And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it. It's the first gen. Well, now I'm rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
Hello, y'all out there in Radio Land and in Video Land. What's up? It's me, Double KK Double, and I'm here to run down for you what the new, as of November 1st, or as of today, lineup is on Live 365. That's right, your place to find all your favorite old and classic 4 Aces Present shows starring myself, The Saint, uh, Mr. Deacon, Ms. Optimism, E Reed, and also your boy Cole with the FU Wrestling Podcast, and also a World of Wrestling podcast. We'll see. Let's go down the roster of the Monday through Friday. At 12:30 a.m., you will open your day hearing an episode of Now versus Then, followed up at 3:45 a.m. by an FU Wrestling Podcast Classic episode. We finish out our mornings at 6:20 a.m. with a double case classroom, 30 minutes. You get a new episode daily. Then we follow that up with a classic episode of K Double's fifth period music class, the show you love me on. I know y'all be watching, listening, and all that. Let's see, and then now we follow that up at the middle of the day on the East Coast and the late morning on the West Coast with 3 hours of Now versus Then Deuce, including a new episode every Wednesday of the new episodes of Now versus Then airing on Twitch right here. If you're watching this on video. Then we follow that up with an episode of KD5P with a new episode every Tuesday at 12:45 p.m. of KW's fifth period music class from Live 365. And then we get 3:20, we get the Worldwide Wrestling Podcast revisited with a new episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast on Thursdays at 3:20. Let's see, and then we get Now versus Then revisited at 5:30. All of these shows from this point forward, with an exception for the next one. Or actually, no, just that show is a replay of the Now versus Then from that morning in case you missed it. Then we get West Coast Bias, a classic episode at 9:05 every night with a new episode of The Classroom every Friday from with me and O'Malley on Sundays. And then we close out every night with a 40-minute edition of Lip Gloss and Mics. That's all right here on the First GenXers Radio Network, the radio network that brings you the classic episodes from 4 Aces Presents network, radio network on Blog Talk Radio and on Spreaker. You can still catch us over on Spreaker with the podcast. And lastly, I am Double KK Double. Check out my website, 2kk2network.com, to find everything about my network. And I'll see you guys there. Peace. All right, what's up, y'all? And I'm back. All right, so here we go. Last time I hipped you to what was going on Saturdays and Sundays right here on Live 365, and now I'm gonna hip you what's going on Monday through Friday. So now I'm gonna hip you what's going on Saturday and Sunday. We open up each Saturday and Sunday at 12:30 a.m. with a classic episode of Mr. Deacon's Experience, followed by at 2:40 a.m. An classic episode of Ms. Optimism Speaks. We follow that up with a classic episode. Now, mind you, this is both on Saturday and Sunday. The days don't break apart till a little bit later. But you at 5:15 a.m. you get a classic episode of Brick in a House. Then you can follow that up with an episode of Reality Radio. Then at 10 a.m., as usual, she will stay in the same spot. We got Sam Brett with a classic episode of Sam Brett Radio Roulette or some other Sam Brett related show. We'll follow that up at 12:10 with Mr. Deacon Revisited again. Probably play the same episode from earlier in the evening. Then you're going to hear Lovely Radio at 2:45. And then that's where things kind of change up. On Saturdays, after Lovely Radio goes off the air at 4:50, at 5 o'clock, you have KD5P, KW's fifth period music class, where I bring you music from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the double aughts, whatever type of music you like to listen to, especially if you're Gen X. Then we close the night with a 2-hour, 45-minute episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast from back in the day with myself and Alpha. and that will close out our evening. On Sundays, after you hear Lovely Radio, at 4:10, you'll hear an episode of The Classroom from Spreaker, the 45-minute episode version of that show. You'll hear 5:30, the episode of Dirty Talk 101. Yeah, sorry. And then at 7:40, you get an episode of Cheap Pop Podcast Revisited, and then we close the night out with an episode of the Sidebar at 10:10. So that'll do it for Live 365 and everything that we have going on there. I hope you guys have truly enjoyed this, and we'll keep bringing it to you. Live 365, First GenXers Radio Network, Voices Presents, whatever you want to call us. We're here, we're live, and we're not going away. Peace. And we're back. Hey, y'all. For those of you that
Hey.
didn't fall asleep watching all those commercials and forgot who we was, I'm Dark Lord 100 at K double KK double. That's Room Scryer, and we are here on the Cheap Pop Podcast. All right. So, what was the last thing you had for us there,
Okay.
sir?
Last thing that I had, I forgot a little extension of Pop Culture Corner. Um, we have casting news on the live action Masters of the Universe movie.
Awesome.
So it was just announced that we have a Skeletor.
Really? That's a key part. So who's playing
Now,
him?
now the bad news. It's Jared Leto.
Well, he does look like a bag of bones. So it shouldn't be
Yeah.
hard for CGI to make him. At least he did when he played the
Okay.
Joker. So it
Yeah.
shouldn't be hard for CGI to make him look like a skeleton.
Now, here's the good news. What we know so far about live action Master of the Universe
Okay.
cast. Okay, so Nicholas Galitzine
Okay.
is going to be. He's listed as He-Man, but I think that he's just going to be playing Adam.
Adam. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
somebody a
see.
little bit more.
We'll see how that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Allison Brie playing Evil Lynn.
That's going to be interesting.
Idris Elba playing Man at Arms.
My guy. My guy. I'm Idris Elba,
Okay.
bitch.
And the Mountain, Hafthor Julius Bjornsson
Mhm.
will be playing Goatman, which I'm like, okay, I'm sure there probably is a Goatman in Master of the Universe, but really, you're not going to go with Beastman for him?
Yeah. I want to see. I want to see if they're going to do many faces. Like
No.
that was one of my
So
dudes.
yeah, so far, Camila Mendez will be playing Tila,
Nice.
and the other two baddies, we've got Sam Wilson playing Trapjaw, and Kojo Ata playing Triclops.
Nice. Like, yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it because just like
Yeah.
I enjoyed the last He-Man kind of remake that we saw, and that was the
Yeah.
Kevin Smith animated on
Right.
Netflix. Like that was pretty damn good. Um, want to say okay, so that takes us right on into your third favorite out of three, SmackDown Alley. Psh, psh, psh. There you go. All right. So,
As a continuation crossover from Pop Culture Corner, uh, Mr. Dark Lord 100 mentioned Stephen Amell doing Suits LA,
Suits LA, yes, sir.
and we all know just how much of a pro wrestling fan Stephen is.
Oh, fan, pro wrestler. The
Yep,
man
pro
did
re-
the
and
man
pro-
yeah the man did his
yeah.
thing when he got in the ring.
Well-
I'm not gonna say he's the best I've ever seen, but
But
he did
yeah,
a damn good job.
well, apparently his love of the square circle rubbed off on his Arrow castmate
Who else?
because Emily Bett Rickards, Miss Felicity Smoke, her next film project is called Queen of the Ring. And it's a biopic of Mildred Burke,
Wow.
a foundational female professional wrestler. Wrestled from
Nice.
the mid 30s to the mid 50s, 20 years. She had the NWA World Women's Championship for just about 20 years.
Wow. When's
Charter
this slated to
member,
be released?
it says 2024,
Like it
but
already
most,
came out?
yeah, it's not saying. I'll take a look real quick. But yeah, so she's gonna be doing that.
That's insane. Felicity Smoke playing a female wrestler. That's going to be awesome. Like, you figure she's got the chops as far as like stunt work from being on
Okay,
Arrow.
yeah,
So,
it's now March 7th, 2025.
okay. Can't
Yep.
wait to see it. Felicity Smoke is.
And she was okay. The other thing is that apparently in the course of her career, because at the beginning, women wrestled men.
Right. Right.
Okay, until
Moolah
about
and all them. Yeah, Fabulous
yeah.
Moolah. Like, yeah, they
Yep.
all wrestled men.
So Mildred Burke wrestled 200 males and only lost once.
That tells you what you're about to see. Probably one of the best to ever
Yep.
do it. Yep.
Yep, she is one of the best. From the summaries I've read about her, she is definitely one of the best.
Another speaking of female wrestler or females in movies, this is the exact reverse. This is a female wrestler taking on an acting role, a la Sasha Banks in the Mandalorian. The Man has come to Starfleet as Becky Lynch officially joined the cast of Starfleet Academy, the Star Trek spinoff. Yes,
Yep.
so doesn't really say much. He's been a 200-day hiatus. She said it on X via video. She's joining Starfleet Academy. This is one of the first times that we've seen a pro wrestler, an active pro wrestler, because she is not retired yet,
Yep.
take on a role on a regularly shot television series, or not television, but streaming series.
Right, right.
Maybe since it's on streaming as opposed to, I believe it's on Paramount Plus, as opposed to airing every week on television, it allows for a much more flexible schedule should she choose to go back
Yeah.
to wrestling in WWE.
Yep.
So,
So set phasers, or set steel chairs to stun.
oh yeah, and that's basically what WWE has done in real life. Like, this is why we don't have chair shots to the head anymore much. Like, it's because we were tired of setting setting chairs to kill, and we decided to hit people in the back and set them to stun instead.
Yep.
But
Just like
anyway,
just like the Klingons when they're wandering the halls of their ship, they got their bat'leth. You're going to have all these Starfleet cadets with kendo sticks.
this is not the first time that the Man has been seen on screen. I forget what the other role she played was.
She was wasn't she one of the Mandalorians in The Mandalorian?
No, that was Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Sasha Banks. She's currently with AEW.
Yep.
Let's see. Rebecca Quinn is her actual name. And outside of being seen on WWE, she has also been. Oh, she was on Young Rock. She played Cyndi Lauper in the episode about WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
She was in a movie called, or show, or sorry, an animated series called, or animated game called Rumble. It looks like she's got a couple of voice acting. She was on a TV series called Billions for one episode.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so she's just not the first. She's not shy to being on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so congratulations, Ms. Becca Quinn. I actually hope to see you back wrestling again soon. Like, you haven't been wrestling for a long, long time. All right, so Raw and SmackDown this week were the final Raw and SmackDowns of the year, because next week I think we're going to have a couple of matches, but normally the year-end shows are normally recap shows, so this was kind of like the last time to really get your ends for the upcoming pay-per-views, Royal Rumble, or, sorry, the new upcoming pay-per-view, which is Raw on Netflix. Just like Saturday night's main event was basically a pay per view. So far for Raw on Netflix, you got the Ula Fala match, Tribal Combat, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. You got Seth Rollins versus CM Punk as the main event. That's going to be a hell of a match. And then you got the women's Intercontinental Champion. The first ever women's Intercontinental Champion will be crowned. Um, I believe the World Tag Team titles will be on the line. Like, you got all kinds. You got Miz versus Dexter Lumis from the Wyatt Six. So they're building this as a for sure pay-per-view type card, um, and it's going to be huge. Like, January 6th is about to be through the roof. I just hope Netflix has worked on and solved any of those streaming problems that they had with the Tyson Paul fight. Because you're not going to have 200 people watching, but you might get a good 2-3 million people to watch Monday Night Raw all at the same time. So be ready.
Yep.
So that brings me to my last thing that I'll kind of talk about. Both Raw and SmackDown were good. Go check them out. I went off on this rant this morning, and I kind of wanted to bring it to the show. I am kind of sick and tired of not just gatekeeping in pop culture, but specifically gatekeeping in wrestling. And what I mean by this is this. There was a conversation that was had with the young gentleman in a wrestling group where I asked the question, where people were talking about AEW, watching AEW versus watching WWE. And I said, look, about 70% of everybody that watches AEW watches WWE. About 40% of everybody that watches WWE watches AEW. Okay? And about 80% of that group that watches both, on both sides, watch other promotions like New Japan, ROH, etc. I think what people misunderstand, because I got a lot of people mocking me for those numbers. And they're like, no, but what about the fan bases for MLW and CZW and TNA and da-da-da? Bro, it's all the same people. Out of 3 trillion people in the U.S., maybe 7 to 8 million are wrestling fans and will watch any product, period. Like, get it, like, get your numbers right. Like, bro, it's the same group of people watching all of it. It just depends on what they choose to tune into that week. But it's the same groups of people. There aren't separate fan bases for each fucking promotion. There's just not. Most of the people that are most people that watch all of the promotions, and then there are others that only watch selective few. But there are very few wrestling fans outside of the really casual ones that don't watch more than one. So let's get it through our head. The wrestling fan base ain't that huge. There's not 35 million people in the U.S. watching wrestling. There's just not. It's just not that popular anymore. It was back in the 90s during the Attitude Era, but we'll never see that level of popularity for wrestling again. Yes, I know that WWE has touted that this era is more popular than the Attitude Era, but by the numbers metric, it's not. They may be making more money, but back then you could buy a t-shirt on WWE.com for $17.99. Now the lowest price t-shirt is like $30. So like that could have to do with why they're all of a sudden making way more money.
Yep.
People are willing to pay $500 for a replica belt, whereas back in the day they weren't more than like $250. So that could have a lot to do with why they're making a lot more money. But in general, wrestling's not more popular than it was. I like the boom that's happening right now, but it's not more popular than it was back then. So I'll leave it on that note. You got anything to add to SmackDown Alley there, sir?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, so then we'll go from that to your favorite segment. There you go. All right, so I'm going to open this segment with a little article that I found and some good news, and then I'll let Dave bring us in on his stuff. Headline reads, grab a free game from Steam this holiday season. And evidently, Distant Space 2 is a 2D arcade shooter set in, you guessed it, distant space, and is currently available for anyone to claim for free on Steam. A sequel to the original Space Distant developer Pixel Mouse aptly describes the game as an indirect continuation of the first part that features more dynamic gameplay. So if you have a Stream account, you can go over and get a game called Distant Space 2, a 2D arcade shooter for free. Happy holidays. All right, Dave, what you got for us?
Not much. Everyone knows that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is now available.
Yes.
So check it out. I realized that in my uh, in the meat of my streams are mostly RPGs. So I am currently talking with our absent companion Saint,
Mm.
and I'm willing to let him do the live playthrough on Indiana Jones for us.
All right.
But we'll get that working out, and that'll be coming to you New Year.
Nice.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the big one.
all right.
I really can't think of anything else
All right.
that is. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
I got two more. I got two more articles for us.
yeah, yeah.
The headline reads: Rayman is back, but probably not how you want. Ubisoft is still doing NFT games. Ubisoft has released a new game called Captain Laserhawk. The game, which is a top-down multiplayer shooter that utilizes NFTs and blockchain technology. It's currently in early access on PC and somehow features Rayman. According to the game file Steven Totolio, the game is based on the Netflix show Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, which itself is based on the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon spin-off. In Captain Laserhawk, the game, Rayman is simply the announcer for death matches, so he's not actually a playable character.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are Rayman fans, there you go. There's a way that you can hear Rayman all day.
Okay, and I do have one video game news
What's that?
in there. All right. So, how many of you have heard of Star Citizen?
I have not.
You have not. All right. For context, how many of you have heard of Wing Commander?
Yes, that I have heard of. Love the
All
movie,
right.
love the game.
Okay. So, 12 years ago, Chris Roberts, the guy who designed Wing Commander,
Uh,
all the Wing Commander games,
nice, nice.
okay? After EA bought Origin Systems
Mm.
and turned the once honored Origin name in, into the launcher for their crappy in-house game launcher.
Uh,
Okay, that's all Origin is now. Is it's the EA launcher on PC. Yeah, but that's a rant for another time. Anyway, Chris Roberts went and founded Cloud Imperium Games
okay.
and announced a game called Star Citizen.
Star Citizen is based, I
Which,
assume it's somewhere based in,
yeah. So
okay.
basically, this was kind of what Todd Howard was wanting to go for with Starfield.
Okay.
Okay, a huge open world universe for you to fly around and explore on. Exploring.
Okay.
Is noted for being the most profitable, not yet successful, but profitable Kickstarter ever. Okay, 11 years and $750 million later.
Wow.
$750 million crowdsourced later.
Wow.
Okay, um, Star Citizen is still not fully released, but it's in version 4.0,
Uh,
and they have upgraded their servers to MMO scale,
nice.
and they added a new star system. So there's more to explore in there, and it's been playable for people who got in
Uh,
early. So, but yeah, they're still not releasing yet, but
but
they're still pushing along.
it's close.
Yep,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
getting closer.
So for those of you who wanted to play it, you're almost there.
Well, if you back the Kickstarter, you can play it.
If you back the Kickstarter, you get early access, huh?
Yeah, you've
That's
had early
smart.
access. You've had early access for like, you know, almost all of those 11 years at this point.
Yeah. All right. So the headline reads: NFL's best wide receiver is aware of Madden curse, doesn't want to be cover star. For those of you who are unaware of what the Madden curse is, it skipped a couple of generations, but it came back this season as 49ers star running back Christian McCaffrey never quite made it back on the field after starting the season on the IR and missing like the first 8 games of the season. He came back for like 2 games and then it was done for the season again. So with McCaffrey down and out, the Niners have kind of plunged this season. But Jamar Chase said he is open to appearing on the front of NFL Street Rival game, though, but does not want to be on the cover of Madden because he believes that the Madden curse is real. And I don't blame him. So, because it has taken out many a people. Like, Mike Vick had a gruesome injury after being on the cover of Madden that like took him out for a full season, and then he on top of that he came back only to be taken out again by a dog fighting ring. I'll say, but yeah, yeah, like even Jamar Chase is like, nah, I'm good. So, but that's my last article. You got anything else for us, sir?
Not in video games, but
Well,
I do have another pop culture late entry
okay.
for Marvel Comics. Uh, we are seeing the return in Marvel of Josiah X.
Who is?
Okay, now I'm sure if I mention Isaiah Bradley, you know who that is.
Yes. Oh, the grandson.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
So Isaiah Bradley and his grandson is Patriot.
Patriot.
So yeah, Josiah X is, what if we gave Malcolm X the super soldier formula? Because he's
Oh,
literally um, a genetically engineered son of Isaiah Bradley.
they took
North
his
Korea,
DNA and did what they wanted to do with it, huh?
right? Only they wanted another super soldier. Only instead, what they got, um, Josiah became a little bit, shall we say, woke, and
Uh,
did the whole Malcolm X thing.
that should
So,
be fun.
which is
Oh yeah,
why Josiah X. So he was uh, introduced earlier, but he is back,
nice.
um, and with a group called the Crew,
The the crew,
which
huh?
yeah, which is him, Rhodey. Where is the rest of the
That doesn't
crew?
sound ominous. The crew.
Yeah. Um, okay, so basically they are sort of like the defenders for Little Mogadishu in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is, members are Black Panther, Blue, Luke Cage, Misty
Nice.
Knight, Manifold, War Machine, White Tiger, and Josiah X. And so they premiered back in 2003, and they are about to come back in to the scene on Marvel.
Nice. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yep.
Welcome back. All
Yep.
right. So, as always, we move to the final segment of the show. Saint, you were missed. Hopefully you'll be back next week, sir.
Yep.
Well, I'll say, let's kick it off, Dave. Where can we find you next, sir?
Hopefully tonight, and I'm going to need you to stay on a little bit afterwards, just to make sure that I've got the access via the email to authorize my station. But
Bet.
yeah, please forgive us. It's Christmas, it's the holiday. We're gamers, so we kind of take extended vacations.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
But we are dedicated to getting back to you and giving you more for your viewing pleasure in 2025. We got a
Amen.
lot of stuff on the horizon that we're planning.
I keep staring at my phone because I'm waiting to hear a response from O'Malley about tonight's classroom.
Okay.
Looks like it may be just me. I haven't decided yet. But there will be no O'Malley on tonight's show if there is one. So that would be where you would find me next, is on the classroom at 6. But I may take the evening off to work on some other stuff. But I will say this: you can catch me again tomorrow night with Madden and college football as I begin my run on my next 12-day vacation, paid vacation from work. And I believe in the process of all that, I will be getting, oh my goodness, a PlayStation 5. So I'll be gaming on that as well. So be on the lookout for me to throw in a couple of extra game streams outside of my normal rotation. I'm hoping that if I do get the PS5, that with the upgraded version of NBA 2K24, I can start doing some stuff with the My Eras mode that I wasn't able to do on the PS4. So we'll see. And then other than that, yeah, guys, I'll be back, like I said, hopefully maybe at 6, probably next week.
Keep watching the Facebook page for our updates to let you know what's going on. FirstGenXers.com. Just hang with us, folks. You know it's the holidays, and you know that it's all kind of a little bit wonky as we try to get everything for the family going.
And if you missed the earlier part of the episode, you can rewatch it on Double KK Double Network YouTube and on Twitch. And as always, check out FirstGenXers. Websites are right there, FirstGenXers.com and 2KK2network.com. You can also find a replay of this in KD5P from last night. So, all right. We'll see. Can't wait to see what the highlight of the week from this show is going to be. That's going to be hilarious. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
And happy holidays to everybody.
Yes,
Merry
happy
Christmas.
holidays, Merry Christmas, Good Yule, and also Happy Hanukkah, since I believe that starts Christmas Eve this year.
Yep, there you go.
And whatever you celebrate, just remember the reason for the season is peace and goodwill to everyone.
For everyone, that is.
Yep.
Peace.